Hello, coming to you today from the kitchen. I have my morning coffee. It is 7:40 in the morning. I've been up since like 5, I think. And I hadn't even washed my face. I washed my face for this video, so I hope you love my acne on full display. We love authenticity around here. I really feel like I'm in an emotional low right now, and what better way to, so I guess, move through it is to create something to share, to talk about it. But yeah, I really want to talk about transference today, color transference. I am guilt motivation, which is 5th color, and I transfer to hope, which is 2nd color. And yeah, so basically in this context, when I'm talking about transference, I'm talking about the top right arrow of your chart. And yeah, it's about motivation. It's about basically how you're motivated to take action. And color is essentially unstable, because basically what it is, it's going to get real deep for a second. You have your crystals. You got your design crystal and your personality crystal, and the neutrinos, they enter in through the base, and then inside the crystal is tone, and then when it exits through color. But color is the exit frequency, and basically if you're in transference, it's distorted, and you're not getting the color is literally distorted through the crystal, so you don't get access to tone, which is your cognition. You don't get access to any of the information through the crystal when you're in transference. When you're in transference, it emits a certain frequency, and your monopole catches that frequency, and because your monopole is attracting based on your aura, based on your frequency, it's attracting the wrong things, because you're essentially living out not you. Versus when you're in correct motivation, so for me, it's say I'm in correct motivation, I'm in guilt. The monopole is capturing my correct frequency, 5th color, and that means that it's going to align me and attract the right experiences and the right people and the right things into my life. Anyway, I've been unpacking and digesting color transference for the past couple of weeks, and perhaps I've been making it more difficult than what it really means. So essentially, guilt motivation. Guilt is a word that we tend to have negative connotations with, but in this context, in the context of human design, guilt is when you know there's an action that you can take, but you're not taking it. That's kind of what creates guilt. And in a sense, that isn't a bad thing. Guilt is just pointing me towards there's something I'm ignoring here, and I'm not taking action. And me feeling guilty, that is the motivation for me to take action. That's the correct motivation for me. And when I'm in transference, when I'm in hope, I am basically hoping for a certain expectation. I'm hoping for someone else to do it for me. I am hoping that things just work out. I am hoping for the best. And basically it's me evading action and just being sitting back and being I hope it'll be fine. I hope it all works out. And for most of my life, I've been that person, because if you're not self, you're automatically in transference. So my whole life, I've been a very, very hopeful person, and Ross says like why the world is so fucked up is because everyone is in transference, and so like we have like when we think of hope, we think of all these people in like blind hope that are like kind of stupid and like this passive sort of like blind hope, and that's because it's all the fifth color people, me, guilt motivation people, and transference, and we have a problem with guilt, or the word guilt. Guilt motivation is also about fixing things, so it's about like taking action and fixing problems and recognizing problems, and so all the wrong problems are being fixed because all the people who are naturally hope motivation are transferring into guilt. So, and then that goes for all the other colors. Everyone is basically not living as themselves, which is why it's just chaotic as fuck, and you know, arguably that's never going to change. But yeah, I've really been sort of digesting and unpacking it lately because basically transference is mind training. It's watching your mind, and it's watching what happens when you step into the aura of another person, because generally it's other people that are going to pull you into transference through conditioning, and it's not like you can really stop it. It's not like you can just stop transference, but it's the awareness that it's happening, and when you can make that sort of like click, when like the passenger can actually see like, holy shit, I'm being like pulled into hope right now. That is pretty much all you need for you to be able to switch into your correct motivation. But it can be hard to see. It can be really hard to see if you're not looking for it. If you're not actively training your brain to be like on alert for like, when am I being transferred? And if you're making like mental decisions, if you're like trying to run your life through your mind, then it's not like, you don't have the mental capacity or space to be able to watch your mind for transference. So you have to rule it out completely. But I've noticed, I'm realizing today and yesterday that I've basically spent the entire past week in transference, and I'm being really hard on myself because I'm also in an emotional low, so like everything's compounded right now. But I guess, yeah, at this point in my awareness journey, I can recognize transference in hindsight, but I still find it very difficult to like catch it in the moment. But I've had some conversations with a few close friends who are also aware and in design the past few days, who have like subtly pointed out that I am in transference. And man, it has triggered me so much. It has triggered me so much, because I know it's true. And it's like, I can recognize I'm in an emotional low, but I also know that like part of it feels really off because part of it is just me in transference and me like, basically all I've done the past week is like mope around in bed, lay in bed, woe is me, poor me, I can't do anything. I hope things will turn out. Like I hope I don't have a job at the moment. Like I hope I'm gonna get a job. I hope this. I hope I'll make more friends. I hope this works out. Even if I haven't consciously said that, that has definitely been my underlying motivation lately. And it's like a self-perpetuating cycle. it's self-perpetuating, and for me, like, sometimes the hardest things to do in the world are such simple, like, simple adult responsibilities, like minor, like fucking sorting out my car insurance the past few days, and finally booking a session with an accountant to start looking at my taxes, because it's the first year I've worked for myself and I'm terrified of doing taxes. Like a lot of these like little adult things, which is just, it's just, yeah, growing up. I say growing up, but I'm 24. Yeah, but I noticed for me, it's like I want to shut down and hide. I want to like stick my head in the sand. I just want to wallow and hope and mope. That's what I do when I'm in transference. And yeah, I actually like, I kind of feel upset with myself for being in transference for a week, but I also know this is just part of the journey. In a way, I feel like I've been limiting myself, or like putting barriers on myself. Like, I've been living this very like isolated life, hoping things will get better, and I haven't been out in the real world, like living my life. And I mean, in Sydney, it's also, we're in the middle of lockdown, so of course, like, I think a lot of people are going through similar things, but I think it's just like being in lockdown has like enabled me to self-isolate, and yeah, I feel ready to take action now. I feel like I'm shifting back into my correct motivation. And I really needed the first month of lockdown. I really needed not to work, because my body was like, everything in me, like if I checked in with my solar plexus, I checked in with my ego, it's like, we don't want to work, honey. Like, I'm not lifting a finger. I don't want to fucking work. So like I needed those 4 weeks to really, I mean, I did nothing but study human design and go for walks, and yeah, that's pretty much all I did. But like now, I feel like my solar plexus is shifting, where it's like, it's almost like transference is the sign that like it's time. Transference is the sign that it's time to take action, or that I've been putting off action, and that whilst I did need those few weeks, it's like, okay, now it's time to get up off the floor. Get up off the floor. Yeah, so those are my thoughts for today on guilt motivation, and hopefully some of it resonated. I don't really care if it didn't. It's just me thinking out loud, having my video diaries. So yeah, until my next rambly chat.